What's up everybody? Levi Jaeckel here, back with another video. Today is one of those days that has me feeling all some kind of way. Today is December 30th, 2019. And that means January 1 is right around the corner. Now, I gotta be totally honest, I'm not usually a big New Year's resolution guy. It's not something that I put a lot of time and effort into. If you're familiar with the whole Perform24 message, you know that I'm kind of already constantly thinking about my physical life, my personal, professional, psychological life, and my purpose, my overall purpose is top of mind, kind of on a day-to-day basis. So having like one special day of the year where I kind of set specific goals, that's not really what I'm into. That's kind of constantly happening in my life as I go through the whole year. But 2020 is a little bit different. So before I talk about what's gonna happen in 2020, let me talk about 2019. 2019 has been an unbelievable year. The really big thing that's been going on is that my wife and I are raising our baby boy. He was born last December, so 2019 was really the first year of his life. So obviously being a parent for the first time, having a first baby boy, watching him grow up, watching him learn, all the challenges of being a first-time parent, all the challenges of being a husband to a wife that's a first-time mom. Jessica and I, working together and trying to figure out this whole parenting thing. That's a lot. That's a lot of laughs, a lot of tears, a lot of challenges, and it brings a lot more life into the situation. So of course that's been amazing, and of course that's been challenging. And that's one of the things that has made 2019 so great. On the business side, you guys have been following along the Perform24 journey a little bit. 2019 was also a good year. It was a very busy year. There were some professional challenges along with that. Perform24 isn't necessarily a brand new business anymore. In 2019, we turned 5 years. That's so crazy. I started Perform24 in 2014. And to hit that 5-year mark, that's a big milestone. So the challenges that come with running a business that's 5 years old as opposed to a business that's 5 months old, or 6 months old or a year old, they're a little bit different. So as the business evolves and as the business matures, I have to evolve and I have to mature, and I wear a little bit of a different hat than I did a couple years ago. So my family is growing and the business is evolving, and that's kind of what 2019 was all about. It was kind of about reordering these priorities in my life, and it's about to be reordered again. So in March, the first week of March, as of right now, the first week of March is gonna bring our second baby. Jessica and I are having a baby girl. So in the course of 15 months, our family will have doubled in size. And that's kind of one of the things I want to talk to you about now. So when I started Perform24 a couple years ago, I was a single man. I was running a one-man show. I was living by myself, running a one-man business, and I could pretty much do whatever I wanted. I was in a completely different stage of life than I am now. And the evolution of the role that my business plays in my life has been one of the biggest challenges, or one of the biggest changes, maybe I should say, over the last 18 months. So when I started this business because I love training. I love training, I love working with people, and I started to develop a little bit of a skill set for that. I could take sessions at any time of the day, and I could really charge whatever I wanted to charge, high or low. I could spend my time outside the gym however I wanted. That's just not the case anymore. And it's kind of been a slow transition, but it has been a big transition on watching Perform24 kind of fall into a different role in my life. Perform24, I started Perform24. It's something that I'm very proud of, and it plays a huge role in my life. Like Perform24 is imprinted in me just as much as I'm imprinted in Perform24. But over the last year and a half, 2 years, I look at the business in a little bit of a different light. So when I first started, the business was kind of my creative outlet. Everything that I was doing it because I wanted to. I had some type of passion, and I would dive into that. Out would come this work. But now it really kind of is transitioning into a means for my family, and using Perform24 to provide a life for people other than myself. It's kind of crazy. It's very humbling. You know, I'm very fortunate to be in this position, but there also comes a new sense of responsibility with this. I can't really treat Perform24 as my own little tinkering project. It's got to play a real role in real lives. And so that's one of the reasons why 2020 is a little bit different for me. Family is becoming such a bigger part, you know, and Perform24 is playing a bigger piece into providing the life that we want for our family. So Jessica and I have some goals that we've set up for our family in 2020, and Perform24 is going to have a major impact on whether or not we achieve those goals. Another thing that is happening in 2020 that has me thinking about the start of the year a little bit more than usual is that I turned 30 years old. And trust me, I know that 30 is young. I totally get it. But for me to be staring down the barrel of 30, it's got me feeling in a way that I did not expect to feel. In a way, if you have been married, or if you are a father, you know what I'm talking about. You can anticipate, or you think that you can anticipate what it's gonna feel like when you finally become a father, or when you finally get married. You can kind of like try to put yourself in your future shoes, but until it actually happens, there's nothing that you can do to actually prepare yourself for that feeling. I'm feeling that exact situation right now with turning 30. So, you know, in college, I always looked at turning 30 as like, man, like when you turn 30, like you're gonna have, you know, this put together or that put together, or you're gonna have this going on, or you're gonna have, you know, you're gonna be living in this kind of place or whatever. And not to say none of that has come true, but I definitely am in a different life spot than I always thought that I would be at 30. And that's awesome. I'm very, very happy with my life. So anyways, some big milestones coming up. A lot of change in my life personally, which will affect probably the way that I handle Perform24 as well. But I wanted to throw this video up because I am expecting big things for myself in 2020. 2019 was great, and it is, you know, 2020 is definitely kind of like the second year to a 2-year change, I would say. You know, having, you know, the 2 babies back to back like this, I think, you know, this was gonna be a continuation of the change that started a year ago. But me turning 30 this year has definitely kind of shook me up a little bit as well. So 2020, it's right around the corner. I've got a lot of change coming up, a lot of things to be excited for personally, professionally. I do have a couple physical goals scattered in there. I hope you guys have a lot coming up this year as well. You know, the Perform24 family, we don't do well sitting down. We got to be up and moving and pushing forward. So let's do this together. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's go get it.